2. Laura, all you.
I have been in 4-H for 6 years, and every year it's brought a new challenge. My 3rd year of showing, I got a brand new rabbit, and during the showing process, she decided that she would jump off the table and run. So I had to stand there and I had to wait for someone to bring back my rabbit so I could calm her down while other people were showing. But yeah, I came back and I got 1st place. So
Really?
because I stayed calm. Because showmanship's all about the person showing the rabbit. It's not about the rabbit.
What would have happened if you'd have left the table and gone after the rabbit? I mean, that would have hurt.
Probably it would have hurt my scoring.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I'm here to teach you how to properly show a rabbit at fair. When you first get into the ring, like when you bring your rabbit into the ring, you have to hold it a certain way. So how you're going to hold the rabbit is you're going to turn her like this. You're going to bring her to a table in the back, and then you're going to turn her like this. You're going to take your fingers and scissor her ears like this, but only if she has ears pointed up. You can't do that if she's a lop-eared rabbit, because then you'll break her crown and she could potentially get brain damage and die. So you take this and you pull her up, and then you take her butt and you scoop her up, and then you'll tuck her feet up here, and you got to make sure her head is in between your your elbow and your side, because otherwise she'll freak out and she'll jump and she'll go running. So you'll stand like this and you'll smile at the judge and you'll just wait for them to tell you to set down your rabbit. So how you'll set down your rabbit is you do the opposite of how you picked her up. So you take your hand and you go like this, but you set her butt down and then you set her down, and then you have to face her towards the judge and pose her. And since how my rabbit's a compact breed rabbit, because she's a Polish, you have to use one hand to tuck in her feet, which she doesn't like doing. And then you take a step back and you just smile. And then you always look between you and the judge whenever you do any step, so that way they know that you're being professional. And then there'll be like 2 other people standing up here with you, and when you could either be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. It just depends on how you're in there, what number you pick. And when it's your turn, the judge will look at you and they'll tell you to go through the steps. So these are the steps of how to show a rabbit at fair. You turn her to the side and you have to pick her up all the way because you're going to be on carpet, and you do not want to drag her nails because otherwise they will break. And then the first step, which you always start where the judge is, so the judge will be on that side, so you have to start on this side so that they know what you're doing. So you check inside the ears for the ear tattoos and like ear mites, and then you'll pinch the bases of the ear, and then you'll check the eyes for blindness, but you do not poke the eye because otherwise she will go blind. And then you do the whole scissoring the ears again, and you flip her over.
Doesn't like that.
And if your rabbit does flip back over when you're showing, you just start back up where you were.
Somebody's feisty today. Good bunny. Good bunny.
And then you'll work down the body. So you start with the nose, and then you'll check her teeth, and then you'll go to her chin, and normally it's like your dewlap, but not every rabbit has a dewlap. Since how she's a small breed, she will not have a dewlap. And then you continue staying on that side towards the judge, and you'll check the legs to make sure that they go straight up so they're not broken. And then you'll check the toenails to make sure that they are not broken and her toes are not broken. And you also have to make sure that they're white because she's a broken breed, which means that she's a white rabbit with black on her, and that can also be like a chocolate color and a blue color. So you just have to make sure every single nail is the same color, because if it's not, if one of them's black, then it's a disqualification.
Really?
Yeah. And then you've got to check her stomach and make sure that her legs go straight out. Otherwise, she could have a broken leg. And when you check these, you do not pull up.
Oh!
When you check these, you do not pull up because otherwise it could dislocate.
Yeah.
And then you also have to check her belly, and you have to check all this to make sure there's no tumors or anything. And then you'll check the hocks to make sure they're not sore. And then you'll check these toenails to make sure none of them are black either.
Do people ever cheat? Maybe there's black one and they paint it white or anything? I mean, does that ever happen? Good to know.
And then you also have to check if she has broken ones, which my rabbit does have a broken one, which it didn't disqualify me in showmanship, but in best of breed, which is just the rabbit, they disqualified me.
Gotcha.
And so you just check each of those, and then then you have to check the gender, and that's important because like my one friend, she had a rabbit where she thought it was a buck, so she put it in with other bucks, and it happened to be a doe, and it had babies, so, and she also got disqualified because it was not a buck, because she had it under the wrong class.
Gotcha.
And then the next thing you have to do is you have to check the tail to make sure it's not broken. And then you'll flip her back over. And then you'll check the tail again, just to double check. And then when you go like this, you're going to be checking for the fur condition. And then when you go back down, you're going to be checking to make sure she has enough meat on her. Because if she has too little, you'll feel every single rib, and that's not healthy. But if she has too much and you can't feel anything, then she's overweight and you'll most likely get a fault. But with her, like I can tell that she has rib bones, but I can't feel them, so she's the perfect weight. And then you'll face her back towards the judge, and you'll pose her again. And then you'll take a step back and you'll just smile at the judge. And then when you're all done with that, they're going to ask you basic questions about your rabbit, and they're also going to ask you basic questions like how long they are pregnant for or something, which is 20 to 30 days. So
that's it?
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder there's so many running around. What's her name?
Diamond.
Diamond.
And then do you guys have any questions?
Other than the rabbit taking off on you that time, is there anything else that's happened that just kind of out of the blue or crazy?
No, I mean, there's been some times where the rabbit, like, attacked me.
Seriously? Scratched you up or?
Like, yeah, but, like, you're wearing long sleeves.
Yeah.
But she still got to attack me.
Gotcha.
And then one year I had a rabbit where she was so big for me because when I started I was 10.
Yeah.
She was so big that I had to carry her like this, so I didn't do very well.
Okay. Travis like, what are you looking at? Too fun, man. Nose just going. Anything else? Anybody? Well done, Laura. Well done.